Some folks only learn when their ass bounces off the ground from rock bottom. And then it tenderizes them to a point where they're able to absorb, the truth, the salty, bitter seasonings of what's going on after they hit rock bottom. So some people, you have to catch them at the right time. We have to understand that there's going to be times, just like you have vesting times or vesting periods. Mm-hmm. I believe that when everybody has the ability to be saved or moved from a particular paradigm or off of a particular harmful axis. They do have that ability. The thing is, you have to be there during the correct vesting time. Sometimes in order for people to recognize or start to step away from a certain patternistic behavior, sometimes it takes either them hitting rock bottom or this awful thing called a rude awakening. And if you don't catch them within that point, they're not going to listen to anything. You know the story of Icarus. Told him not to go too high up. He became bold, his ego took him, and he flew too close to the sun and it burned his wings. Some folks only learn when their ass bounces off the ground from rock bottom. And then it tenderizes them to a point where they're able to absorb, the truth, the salty, bitter seasonings of what's going on after they hit rock bottom. So some people, you have to catch them at the right time. And sometimes the right time is at a different age or level of maturity. Yeah. You can't feed steak to a baby. So there's some people that exist within, a level of self-aggrandizement and they feel like they are the ish and nothing can stop them. That level of bravado, that level of just feeling themselves so much, they feel as though, they're untouchable. Many people feel like that, and they're not going to absorb anything until something happens, right? So the last piece is this. If you're going to try to take that, undertake that set of actions to try and help this person, you gotta be very, very careful. Yep. You can wanna help somebody that's having an epileptic seizure, and I know this may sound awful, but you guys will understand. You can try and help somebody with an epileptic seizure, but be prepared to get elbowed or kicked in the shins.
Or bit, yeah.
Or bit, all right?
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's going to be the sacrifice. That's the symptom of somebody going through that. So the same way, if you see some people that are in a leper colony and you want to help them, and you really want to help them and feed them, you're going to have to think about, okay, yes, I could be helping them, but what am I going to be carrying on me back to my family?
Right.
Back to my family, And even if you want to slightly broach something that took place yesterday, at some point, do you try to help this person, or do you be like, you know what? Nah, man, I'm not doing this. This ain't my problem anymore. And at some point, that's always the balance. I never give you guys magic pills because it doesn't exist. So all I could tell you is about the size and maybe how many different plates you might have to spin to bring about the outcome you want.
But the thing about it is, sometimes that's the answer. Sometimes that's the answer. If enough people say, you know what? I'm not going to, when I was younger, I'm telling you, Chef, I was a hothead. Some people didn't want to deal with me because of that. I used to say, well, people either love me or they hate me. That was my mantra. I had a lot of people that loved me, but I had a lot of people that didn't. And sometimes it takes for you to be off-putting to other people. And then for you to reflect on that, you know what? Maybe I need to be a little softer. Maybe I didn't have to get so mad. Because if enough people pull away from you and wash their hands, whether it be family, friends, co-workers, it does cause you to take that long, hard look in the mirror and say, what am I doing? If the common denominator is me, it can't always be everybody else's fault. If I'm fighting with everybody, then it can't always, at some point, you have to look within yourself and say, okay, I was just in a room with 6 people and 5 of them I'm arguing with. You got to look at yourself to figure out because you're the common denominator. So I think there's some of that too. It does take people to wash their hands and be like, you know what? I'm not going to deal with you, especially Colette, with you with a family member. You know, you said that we just had to wash our hands, and that's sad. You don't want to do that. I'm sure you love your family member that is, but maybe it is going to take that. Maybe that will be the thing that makes them take that long, hard look in the mirror and say, you know what? Maybe I need to figure this out.
Well, you're correct in the sense of, okay, yes, that I'm hearing both of you guys are saying, yes, there will possibly be a point in their lives that whether it's they hit rock bottom, they will self-reflect, right? And the part where I disagree in the fact that they will self-reflect is the fact that I feel, or I would say, I've seen the part where even when they do hit rock bottom, they still, if they self-reflect, they turn it around and still make themselves feel like they're the victim. Not only they make themselves feel like the victim, they have others around them that help them make them feel like they are the victim as well. So I don't want to be black and white, but I do feel that there are some that can be saved and there's some that cannot, that will never be saved. And that goes back to, if you even want to look at why there are still serial killers, or why there are, certain people that continue to make offenses. It's the same mindset where you might be thinking, okay, well, when they hit rock bottom, or when they get, locked up this time, they're going to understand. Some people just continue to make offenses or continue to wallow in their sorrows and never feel that they need to self-reflect to change for themselves for the better. I feel like some people just do not. And, what Chef was saying is like, if you're willing to go and help, you got to understand, what are you taking on? And for me, I don't have it in me to take on someone else's issues that they don't feel they want to even try. They don't even want to try, if it's a situation where I've said, I've tried so many times, there's only so much that I can give, only because I am a mother and I am a wife. So I have to give my all to other actual human beings that I made, So, for me, I'm just like, there's some people you got to wash your hands of, kind of do the Heisman, and, keep it moving. Maybe it's not for you to quote unquote save, but, yeah, I just feel it's black and white like that. Like, some people just cannot be saved, but yeah.
And I agree with you there. And you may not be the person, or like you said, maybe this person won't change. It's not a cure-all for everybody, but I think you did the right thing, because ultimately you have to protect you and your family. And if you've done everything you can, yeah, definitely, I wouldn't want you to put yourself in that, martyr type thing where, oh, I just have to keep giving this person chance after chance. You don't. And then that's that person's loss. And maybe they need to lose some people to be able to come to that realization.